Here we presents the top 5 best 75-inch 4K TV. Starting at number 5, Sony X750H. At the beginning of 2020, all major manufacturers presented their new TVs that will keep us company through the rest of the year, and as it is common, most attention falls on their higher-end models, as these bring with them the most advanced and latest technologies each manufacturer has to offer. But while all these top flagships from Sony are great, there is a huge number of consumers looking for something more affordable for their entertainment. And in our Sony X750H review today, we will be looking at such a TV, which is actually the most budget-friendly 4K TV on Sony's arsenal for this year. With the X750H, we will begin a series of reviews where we will be looking at many of their latest offerings, but today we go directly to the bottom of the performance ladder and see if this model has what it takes to offer a decent 4K HDR experience. Now in our experience, these low-budget TVs that promise to support 4K HDR fall short of their claims, and usually their performance leave a lot to be desired, so we are here to determine if the X750H behaves similarly, or it manages to offer any substantial improvements over previous low-budget units. Since this TV is supposed to replace 2018's X750F, there are a lot of similarities between the two models, while the X750H also borrows design elements from other low-end units like the X800H among others. Overall, this is a nice-looking TV, all things considered, but as its price dictates, everything is made out of plastic with some metal parts, so don't expect any fancy or premium materials here. The X750H is a low-cost TV, and should judge like one. Sony has created a very respectable unit, and while there are many areas where this model underperforms in general, if you think its target audience, then things definitely look brighter for Sony's cheapest 2020 model. For more information and price, check out the product links in description. At number 4, Sony X900H. The Sony X900H XH94K HDR TV might be second in the Sony 2020 TV range in terms of 4K LCD TVs, but it's the first in our hearts. It's meant to be good policy, when choosing wine in a nice restaurant, to order the second least expensive bottle on the list. And there's an argument that says it's equally sensible, when searching for a new television, to look at a company's lineup and pay particular attention to the range directly beneath the flagship models. The theory says this is where the true value for money lies, and where the performance per pound ratio is strongest. The bezels enclosing that huge expansive screen are slender and discreet, and the feet on which it stands are a similarly skinny flattened V shape. It seems unlikely that a TV this big will be anything other than wall-mounted, but should an owner be in possession of a surface wide enough to stand it on, there's more than enough space below the bottom of the screen for a substantial soundbar. Sony's X900H series does everything it sets out to do, and in some style. Its picture quality is quite startling in the right circumstances, its sound is more than adequate by prevailing standards, it's simple to use, and it doesn't turn its nose up at content of inferior resolution. In short, there's more than enough going on here to make you overlook the lack of HDR10+ and forgive Android TV its overconfidence. If you've this sort of money to spend on a TV of this sort of size, you absolutely have to audition it. Halfway of my listed number 3, Samsung QLED Q950T. There's no doubt the argument against buying an 8K TV is still far more compelling than the argument for buying one. Our stance has remained consistent, though, while 8K content remains more or less non-existent, we wouldn't encourage anyone to take the plunge. However, if you're lucky enough to have a large budget for your next set, a TV that offers 8K support, and, crucially, is in no way a downgrade on its 4K rivals could still be a fine investment. The Q950T from Samsung is that and a little bit more. It's the first 8K TV we've tested that not only isn't a downgrade on its 4K siblings, but actually makes a case for upgrading to an 8K TV even for 4K content. At first glance, the Q950T has a fairly standard array of connections, including aerial, satellite, Ethernet, and optical output, 3 USBs and 4 HDMIs. The fourth HDMI is more interesting than most, though, as it's a full HDMI 2. One socket that supports 8K at 60 Hz and 4K at 120 Hz. In the short term, it's actually the latter format that could be more useful, as it appears to be the one favored for games on the new PS5 and Xbox Series X. However, we still can't wholeheartedly recommend going for 8K right now. You're paying a hefty premium, £4,000 at the time of writing, to be able to watch content that's still a long way from being widely available. But if you have the budget and an appetite for a degree of future-proofing, the Q950T is the best case yet for taking the plunge. For more information and price, check out the product links in description. Coming in at number 2. LG OLED 77G XPUA. Does G stand for gorgeous? The first thing you'll notice about the LG GX OLED TV, starting at $2,499, $3,499 as tested, is how this high-end set was made for wall mounting. It's incredibly thin, radiating an elegance reserved for only the best TVs money can buy. So yes, the LG GX OLED TV costs a pretty penny, maxing out at $6,000 for the 77-inch screen. But for the splurge you get all the marquee features of the top-selling LG CX OLED TV in a sleeker, 20mm wide build with improved viewing angles. While we wish this Gallery Series model provided more obvious performance upgrades for the price, this LG GX OLED TV review explains why the clever AI processing, familiar smart TV interface and distinctive flush mount design make it worthwhile for anyone hoping to elevate their home theater experience. But no matter which LG GX OLED TV size you choose, you should expect to see similar performance compared to our 65-inch test model. All three sizes offer the same collection of features, from an impressive port array to LG's ±9 Gen 3 AI processor 4K. If there ever was an Aphrodite of TVs, this set is it. So if you're going to get the LG GX OLED TV, treat it like a goddess. Invest in professional installation and purchase the matching soundbar. Sounds fussy? Then this set probably isn't for you, and that's okay. The LG CX and Sony Bravia A8H offer similarly excellent OLED picture for a lower cost. You can also wait for the next generation LG OLED Evo Gallery Series, which is launching soon, and promises a performance boost over what we experience in this LG GX OLED TV review. And number 1. Samsung Q80T 75-inch. The Samsung Q80T QLED TV is the new jumping-on point if you want the cheapest full-array backlight QLED TV in the Samsung TV 2020 range. Strategically positioned just below the Q90T, with which it shares a number of advanced features, and above the edge-lit Q70T, the Q80T is the very definition of middle ground, but its performance is far from middling. And for its $1,799 £2,299 AU $3,339 price tag, you'd certainly hope so. We tested the QE65 Q80T size, though it's also available in 49-inch, 55-inch, 75-inch and 85-inch models, and found it had bright peaky HDR, beautiful definition and wide colors. Make no mistake, the Samsung Q80T QLED TV looks every bit as pretty as you'd hope, while packing some surprises to boot. Rounding things out are 2 USB ports, digital optical audio out, Ethernet to support Wi-Fi and Bluetooth, and a common interface slot for all those territories which require one. You almost certainly won't need everything on offer, but it's nice to have them in reserve. The Samsung Q80T gets just about everything it sets out to do right. Unusually for such a premium set, it's not specifically tailored for the home cinema crowd, courting gamers and mainstream viewers instead, but this is probably a smart move, not least because the lack of Dolby Vision won't stick in the craw of that designated audience. I have included these product link in the description. You can check out this link for more information and latest price. Thank you for watching this video. Please hit the like button, share with your friends, and be sure to subscribe.